This is The Fifth Estate, a conversation between young African scholars from the Fort Hall School of Government and Professor Mutahi Ngunyi. Can you believe that it's almost 1 year since we held the 2017 elections? And did you know that the country lost an equivalent of 40% of the 2017 budget, or 1 trillion shillings, to the paralysis caused by this election? In fact, the country was losing 1 billion shillings every working hour between August the 8th, the date of the first election, and November the 28th, 2017, when the president was sworn in. I repeat, we were losing 1 billion shillings every working hour and 8 billion a day during this period. If Kenyans are broke, this is the explanation. If businesses have closed, this is the explanation. And so I ask, if elections are the source of our collective misery, why talk about 2022 before the wounds of 2017 have healed? Is this not an insult to a wounded nation? This Sunday, we invite country to talk vision, not elections.
1 year after the August 2017 election, we are persuaded that the country needs leadership, not politics. And as we submitted last week, politics is about elections. Leadership is about vision. Politics is about the journey, but leadership is about the destination. If politics generates negative energy, leadership generates hope, possibilities, and dreams. If the nation has been wounded by elections, the healing power is in vision. And this is why we are asking the politicians to stand down and the leaders to stand up. If you ask a politician about corruption, they will tell you how 0.9% of Uhuru's budget was eaten. But if you ask a leader about corruption, they will tell you how 99.1% of Uhuru's budget was put to good use. If you ask a politician about burning schools, they will tell you how hot the fire is. But if you ask a leader about burning schools, they will tell you that there is nothing new. Students have burnt schools from the 1970s. But leaders will also give you solutions. Leaders thrive in solutions, but politicians thrive in problems.
Politicians are about transactions, or mare kwa mare. Leaders are about relationships. Elections are mare kwa mare affairs, but vision is about the economy of trust. 1 year after the August elections, we are tired of transactions. We are tired of elections. And what we want is vision. And if last week we challenged William Ruto to become a leader and not a politician, we did it because we want to propose a vision for him. William Ruto is like Arap Moi. Jaramogi Oginga Odinga described Moi as a giraffe, a man with a tall neck that sees far. And this is Ruto for you. His neck is tall and he sees far. But he cannot see far like a giraffe and be a politician of short vision like a chicken. If William Ruto is a giraffe, his vision should be the Big Four. But if he is a chicken, his vision should be 2022. Allow us to break this down for you.
The Big Four is not about projects. In fact, when the Big Four is completed, you will not be able to take a picture of it. And this is because it does not exist. It is not physical. The Big Four is a spiritual movement. It is about changing the mindset of Kenyans. It is not about transactions, it is about relationships. Transactions come and go, relationships last forever. To some, the Big Four will not give fish to the poor. It will show the poor how to fish. But this is another big fat lie. The Big Four will not show the poor how to fish. It will show the poor how to construct fish ponds that they own. And maybe we are wrong on this, but this is our understanding of the Big Four. It is an organizing principle for national development. If our reading is right, William Ruto's vision is about this dream. He should teach us how a chicken seller became a deputy president. Some will judge him, but the hustler nation will celebrate him.
If politics is about elections and leadership is about vision, what is the difference between leadership and development? Should we abandon politics for development? In our view, politics and development are the same thing. What differentiates them is leadership. Allow me to illustrate this. Once upon a time, there was a minister by the name of General Jackson Kimeu Mulinge. He was one of our most celebrated soldiers. Then he became a politician in retirement. He became MP for Kathiani in Ukambani. Within a very short time, he built first-class roads. He built hospitals similar to those promised by the Big Four, and he built industries. Then re-election came. General Mulinge stood proudly on the podium asking for votes. His record spoke for itself. He had done development. He proclaimed in Kikamba to his voters, "Namuletea mbalambala." Then the crowds responded in Kikamba, "Osa," or "take them away." Then he told them, "Namuletea hospitali na industry." Then the crowd screamed back, "Osa sionde," or "take them all away." With his impressive development record, the voters rejected Mulinge. But why did they?
General Mulinge was rejected because of insulting the intelligence of his voters. This is why we are persuaded that the Big Four is not about development. It is not a Mulinge type transaction between government and the people. The legacy of Uhuru Kenyatta is not about things. And yes, there will be some things, but the core of Uhuru's legacy is in changing the mindset of Kenyans. Instead of the Big Four things, his legacy is about the Big Four ideas. Things will come and go, but ideas are the visions that build nations. The Big Four, in our view, is the Uhuru Doctrine. And in this doctrine, the president is asking the country 4 fundamental questions. After 55 years of independence, why should a mother die while giving birth? After 55 years of independence, why should any Kenyan sleep hungry? After 55 years of independence, why should uncouth landlords continue to exploit us? After 55 years of independence, what is wrong if we manufactured our own car? These are the 4 big questions, the 4 big ideas.
Hey, I'm still trying to process the Big Four myself. And all I can tell you from my reading of it is this, that the Big Four is about changing the mindset of Kenyans. It is a doctrine, it is a spiritual movement, and it is as simple, in my view. But now to other news. Uhuru Kenyatta has now told us that he will not support William Ruto in 2022. And he has not even suggested that he will support anybody else. And that is a fact. And to imagine that Uhuru has withdrawn his support from Ruto is a little bit unfair. It is a show of insecurity. In my view, what Uhuru is asking William Ruto to give him space so that he can do his legacy projects. And Uhuru cannot do legacy projects and do politics at the same time. William Ruto also cannot do politics if Uhuru is doing legacy projects. It's that simple. What Uhuru is asking Ruto without asking him is there for this, to give him a break from politics. And if Raila has given Uhuru a break from politics, Ruto surely can do it. Yeah.
And now, our final thought. It goes to William Ruto. Mr. Ruto, sir, if you talk elections, you will walk your way to rejection. To you, 2022 is the light at the end of the tunnel. But to the nation, 2022 is the oncoming train headed in your direction. And it is a train if you insist on elections instead of vision. Mr. Ruto, sir, your choices are two. If you stick to your 2022 election path, you will encounter the oncoming train. But if you focus on country and its vision, you will be liberated to proclaim the words of Prophet Isaiah when he said, "The Spirit of the Lord is upon me. He has instructed me to proclaim good news to the poor, vision to the blind, healing to the wounded, and freedom to the slaves." Mr. Ruto, sir, if you preach elections, we will reject you. But if you preach vision to the blind, proclaim good news to the poor, healing to the wounded, and freedom to the slaves, then you will be talking about the Hustler Nation. The Hustler Nation is not about elections. It is about the message of good hope.